Conscious reality.
Welcome back to the Conscious Reality channel, where we speak on love, relationships, and spirituality, where all three become one. Listen, I want to talk about triggers, because many of us, we look at triggers the wrong way. I'm not going to talk long. Stop teaching people your triggers, because oftentimes they use your triggers against you, especially when they want to piss you off, especially when you're in a toxic relationship, especially when they want to get to you. They use your triggers against you. Listen, you know what a trigger is? A trigger is for a gun, not for a person. You shouldn't have triggers. Sometimes you have to ask yourself the question, when you are triggered, where within myself am I not free? Because that's what triggers are. Triggers will show you where you are not free. See, many of us, we don't want to deal with our inner issues. So we blame people for triggering us. We expect people not to trigger us. And when they trigger us, we look at them like they are wrong. We look at them like they are the worst person ever. We look at them like they don't care about you. Let me tell you this, some people want to get to you sometimes. Some friends become enemies. Some husbands and wives and boyfriend and girlfriend becomes toxic and they become your enemy too. Your triggers are not supposed to last permanently. Your triggers should be when you see that you are triggered, you gotta stop. Pause. What the hell is going on within me? What's going on within my body? What's going on within my emotions? What am I connecting this with? And you begin to become aware of it. And you begin to fix it. Listen, you ain't got to react because somebody say something. Listen, people have the right to say whatever they want to say. And I think that's something that we have to understand. People have the right to say what they want to say, no matter what. But you have the right to feel how you want to feel. And if you choose to be triggered, then that's on you. Many times we blame people for triggering us. You can't blame nobody for triggering you. It's your problem. It's your issue. See, we don't look at it this way. We don't look at it this way. It's like we want to go to the doctor for all these pills and medication and give it to everybody so that they won't trigger you. Hey, listen, I'm going to give these pills to everybody so that you're going to behave so that you won't trigger me. Because all you all are terrible people. All you all are bad, annoying people because you are triggering me. Listen, your trigger is your lack of freedom within yourself. It's time to be free, ain't it? We're getting old, ain't we? People who follow me are grown people, right? We're getting old. Whatever your triggers are, and you know what your triggers are. Stop teaching people your triggers based on your reaction. Because when people learn your triggers, they control you, don't they? So many of you are too controlled. Everybody can control you by a thought or an opinion or by certain actions or behavior. If you are easily triggered and controlled by others, you have no power within yourself. You're giving up your power every single day. If your trigger is jealousy, because you see him or her talking to, understand, why am I jealous? Why am I comparing myself? What is going within me? You see what I'm saying? If your trigger is guilt, you have to understand, why am I guilty of? What am I punished? Because many of us have guilt. We carry guilt, especially based on our childhoods, based on the trauma that's connected to us. We carry guilt, with so much guilt. And we are easily triggered with guilt, or self-worth, or self-esteem, or self-confidence. We have to ask those questions to ourselves. See, Wayne Dyer said, he said it so good. He said, if you squeeze an orange, what comes out of the orange? Orange juice. Not apple juice, not grape juice, orange juice. No matter who squeezes it, it's a baby squeezes it, the old lady squeezes it, the man or the woman squeezes it, your husband or your wife, the same thing comes out. See, when you are under pressure, whatever comes out is what's inside of you. And to blame somebody for what comes out of you is crazy, ain't it? It's toxic. But we don't think like that, because we think, I'm a victim because you triggered me, so I am justified in my reaction. I'm justified in my behavior. I'm justified in what I do or say to you. Not realizing that the only time to see what's inside of us sometimes is when it comes out. See all these things that we have, the ears, eyes, nose, mouth. It's to look outside and see outside and smell outside and touch outside and feel outside. You know how much stuff is going on within us right now? So many different processes is going through us right now. Heart beating, liver, and everything. Can you hear it? Can you see it? No. Can you see your energy being stagnant? No. Can you see what's really going on? No. So the only way to know is to see what comes out of you. And guess what we do? We choose people. We choose the people in our lives to bring us close to those people. We choose them so that we can mirror them, so that we can see, they can pull out of us what's there. See, we just don't unleash all these things to a regular stranger. We don't trust strangers with our emotions, our suffering, our trauma. So we choose our relationships, our partners, husbands and wives, girlfriends and boyfriends. We choose our family. Yeah, that goes back from past karma. And even if you don't believe that, it's okay. But we choose the people in our lives that can trigger us. You hear people say, you're the only one that can anger me so much. You're the only one that can make me or get to me so much. You're the only one because you chose them for that reason. It's for you to be revealed what's on the inside. And when you are revealed of what's on the inside, you can see now. It's clear. It's time to fix it. It's time to do some awareness work. It's time to look and see what's really going on. It's time to see what's going on based on the emotions to the trauma from 20, 30 years ago. It's not for you to always cry or always suffer and carrying on this trauma for 20, 30, 50 years. It's too long. So what are you going to do about triggers? Don't teach folks your trigger. It's not their business. Your trigger is your business. You don't have to react. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to say anything. Don't let people trigger you. Because it's something that's going on the inside of us that we need to fix, not them. They don't need to say that. See, it's not fair for me to walk around on eggshells. Speak on eggshells. I don't know if that's the term, but speak around on eggshells. Beat around the bush just because you're going to be easily offended. That stuff is not natural. It's not natural. It's really not. People have just accepted the victim mentality. Now, I know we don't speak on these things on a regular basis, especially coming from a person that looks like me. But it's time to fix ourselves. Healing is our responsibility. See, the wound wasn't our fault sometimes. But the healing is our responsibility, and we got to do it. Every day we got to be aware. Every day we got to see what's inside of us and what comes out of us. Every day we're going to move and make steps to fixing that anxiety, fixing that guilt, that reaction, those hateful feelings. You know what you must do? You connect to your mind with a different emotion, with brand new emotions. See, you've been using the same ones every single day of your life. That's why the body holds on to it and it brings it up every single time. You got to practice new emotions. Let the body feel those emotions every day. When you wake up in the morning, practice those emotions. What do you want to practice? You want to practice elevated emotions. Happiness, joy, gratitude, love. You got to practice those things every day. See, you all take life too personal and too serious, so you don't want to release nobody. That's why everybody triggers you. That's why everybody could trigger you. Everything can trigger you. You have to practice new emotions, and then you have to let the body get used to it. When the body gets used to it, the subconscious mind accepts it as this is your norm. That's when the miracles begin to happen. That's when the disconnection from your trauma happens. Because your body is going to bring you the emotion that you keep practicing. If you keep practicing anger, the body brings up the anger on a regular basis. This is very basic information that nobody teaches us. So I'm saying, stop teaching people your triggers. Your triggers is your problem. You ain't got to react. Your triggers remind you of something traumatic. Go back to that traumatic place and escape it. Do what you got to do to it. Feel the new emotions. Practice new emotions. See what happens. Because you're giving people too much power over you, over your happiness, over your anxiety, over your peace. Understand what I'm saying? Thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. You won't find a better channel on here. Because we talk about love, relationship, spirituality, all three. Because everything affects the other. Right or wrong? You all be blessed. Once again, guys, thank you for coming. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you guys next one.